In 1985, the region imported 116 million barrels of oil, costing $530 million US. In 2004, the outflow of foreign exchange from the region for fossil fuel was in the region of $6.5 billion US. If we use the 2008 prices last year, it would have been $15 billion US.
This kind of meetings are very important because it's a way to share the experiences, positives and negative we have had in our own countries.
I think these parliamentary hearings are fantastic events because they bring together people from the parliament, from different countries. They bring together experts and even business people. And they all talk with each other, which is not always the time.
We are probably the only Caribbean country or CARICOM country, maybe Jamaican Trinidad to some extent, that has the land base and the water base, in particular the water resources, to have a serious impact on energy for the Caribbean.
Well, 5 years ago, we got approval and funding to construct a wind farm at Wigton in South Manchester. That's in the hills of Manchester, just under 2,000 feet above sea level. They built 23 wind turbines, each generating a capacity of just under 1 megawatt. So the total output from that, maximum output from that wind farm is 20 megawatts. In fact, I've just learned since I came here that that's the largest wind farm in the Caribbean.
We had the initiative of proposing a law on renewable energies, which was approved after 8 years of debate in 2007. It's been a very, very good point as a lot of investors have been coming to the DR and started important projects.
But Barbados is now starting a renewable energy program. Government has a number of policies in place. Yeah. They're right now structuring legislation to deal with such. Energy conservation is a very big component of an initial step toward such.
We were looking at ways to diversify the economy. We're basically heavily oriented towards tourism. One of the things we looked at was light industry. Light industry invariably means electricity. We supply electricity for the population of 12,500 people. Electricity fuel cost in 2006 ran us 22 million EC dollars. In 2007, it cost us about 33 million Eastern Caribbean dollars. That is major expenditure for a tiny island such as ours. And so we had to look at ways of reducing, if not eliminating, this cost. And one of the ways was renewable energy. We stand to make money from the geothermal project in many ways. Creation of jobs, reduce electricity costs, no fuel surcharge. With renewable energy, there is no dependence on oil. There is absolutely no need for the fuel surcharge, so automatically the bill goes down.
When I heard about the geothermals, I was shocked out of my wits because I've heard about geothermals, never in the Caribbean. And to come and see the kind of potential that exists within our borders and the steps being made to harvest it is fantastic. So I think this is a healthy interchange, and all the parliamentarians from across the Caribbean will go back with this new energy to sell renewable energy to the Caribbean.
I find it's really interactive, and it happens. And you can ask from the senior person like a Michael Pert from Jamaica, who's been around Parliament all his years, to Dr. Indra Harak Singh, who's from the University of Trinidad, University of the West Indies in Trinidad. to the younger persons like myself and who are around the table, and also our brothers from Haiti. So you get a smorgasbord of input, that make you feel a part of this process. And I see this as a new evolving way of getting ideas and communicating new concepts to the region. And I think e-Parliament is really a blessing to this entire region. I think we should move forward with it real quickly.
I think this will allow our country to go from a 10% of energy coming from renewable energy to 20% in the next 5 or 6 years. That's our goal.
There is still much to do in order to honestly yet calmly raise awareness of this dire threat hanging over the world and over all humankind.
The issue is not just profits. The issue is the defense of humanity. The issue is ensuring that this world as we know it survives a longer period of time.